actual prison cells. Just one little skylight. Right guys, welcome to Nis, the third largest city in Serbia. We're just on the main shopping street now, and we're heading towards the fortress, which is straight ahead, as is the river. Alright guys, straight ahead we have the Nisava River, which apparently flows through Serbia and Bulgaria. And the bridge crossing it, which will lead us to the fortress. Let's go. Seems like quite a compact and walkable city compared to Belgrade especially. So we're about to enter the Istanbul Gate, built between 1719 and 1723. And if you remember, we also saw one of those in Belgrade yesterday, at their fortress. Interesting car. Turkish bath. The fortress of Nis. Where are we? Hamam, an old Turkish steam bath built in the 15th century. It is the oldest preserved construction from the period of Ottoman rule in Nis. So, Nisville Museum. Nisville. Nisville, Tennessee. So it seems just like in Belgrade, the fortress has a lovely park around it. Nice place to walk. Okay, so here we have the monument to Prince Milan Obrenovic and the liberators of Nis, in the shape of a rifle bullet. Represents a symbol of the fortress as a military facility. So that's a rifle bullet, okay. Marks a struggle for the liberation of Nis from the Turks. Built in 1902 on the 25th anniversary of the liberation of Nis, and to commemorate the first anniversary of King Prince Milan Obrenović's death. A rifle bullet. Never seen one of those before in that form. And there we can see the Hollywood-esque Nisville sign. What is that all about? This is Byzantine Street. The Byzantine Street, a north-south oriented street dating from early Byzantine period, 5th to 6th century. Considered to be one of the main streets at the fortress. So we're just passing the Historiski Archives of Nis, or the Historical Archives of Nis. As you can see here, we've got information here. It's the only military facility built in the fortress after the liberation of Nis from the Turks. Designed by an architect directed around 1890, used for various purposes in the past, including in 1890 it housed the cartographic section of the Serbian army. From the beginning of the 20th century until World War I, it housed the non-commissioned officers' school of artillery. In World War I, it was used as a prison by the Bulgarians. Between the two world wars, it was a military barracks, and since 1959, when it was declared a cultural monument and park, it's been used as the Historical Archives of Nis. So now you know. We're going to head off now. We're heading to one of the main points of interest in the entire city of Nis. So it's just 14 minutes away from where we are now. Alright guys, so we're about to see the monument, as it were, to the darker side of Serbia's history, the Nazi concentration camp. And funnily enough, it's just next to this building, which I think is some kind of technical school. Kind of a cloudy grey day like this seems appropriate weather to visit a place like this. Alright, so let's go in. Okay, got my ticket. It was 300 dinar. So we've got the Küche there, which we can't go in, the kitchen. The S-Raum, so that would be the dining hall, I guess, canteen, which we can't go in either. And here we have the actual accommodation, I think, for the prisoners, which we can go in. Actual clothes here. Cooking equipment. Jacket. And the notorious striped pyjamas. Children at the concentration camp. Kids' toys. Oh my god. Real skulls. Actual prison cells. Wood and iron. So let's check out this cell. Cell number 18. Wow. Just one little skylight. Can you imagine living here under the constant threat of death? So this is the Esraum canteen, would have been. Dining area. Küche. Kitchen area. So we haven't got access to the insides of these buildings, just the outside. But I guess that one there, the most important one of all, where they actually lived. It's funny, sir, we think of it as a long time ago, Second World War, but in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing at all, really. There's still people alive today who would have first-hand memories. Not many, but a few. And yet we keep repeating the same old mistakes. War after war after war. Will we ever learn? So that was the Red Cross Nazi concentration camp here in Nis. They're only open till 4 PM, by the way, so if you're going to do a tour of Nis, it's worthwhile doing this as I did, getting it done first. Some of the other attractions are open a bit later, like the one we're going to next. Alright, so next port of call is the Skull Tower. It's a 55-minute walk, roughly, from here. So remember that technical school concentration camp was just through there. Let's head to the Skull Tower. So we're just passing Nis Bus Station. We'll be back here again tomorrow afternoon, when we'll be getting our bus to Sofia, Bulgaria. Lots of little places to eat. There's a market here. Let's shall we check this out? We could have just gone through the park itself and the fortress, I guess, but who knows? I think it's more interesting. See what we got. So we got fruit and veg. Cash only. Beetroot. Potatoes. Garlic. Get the vampires away. Lettuce. Size of those peppers. Look how big these radishes are. Huge. Tomatoes. Enormous. Everything's enormous. Not like the crap you get in supermarkets. Look at the size of these tomatoes. Look at that. Fist size. Apples, huge. Oranges, huge. Strawberries. Wow. Look at these. Look how big these are. Even got a pineapple there. Strawberries look awesome. The bananas look amazing. Dried fruit too. So cashew nuts and stuff. Tangerines. Apricots. Prunes. Eggs over there. Bet the eggs are amazing as well. Grandma's knickers. Babushka's knickers. Oh, that market was pretty cool, eh? Just next to the bus station. And there once again, you can see one of the entrances to the fortress straight ahead, side entrance from where we entered before. Might be time to break up the journey with a coffee if they're open. This one here. Sit outside. Right, here's our latte, the way they like to do it here in Serbia. Well, look at this, we're in Blocksville here. Blocky block after blocky block. Right guys, that was one hell of a walk, but we've made it to Skull Tower. Let's check out Skull Tower. The ticket office is over the bridge on the right. Oh, the bridge on the right. Okay. Let's go get a ticket. Okay, so the entrance is 300 dinar, but she didn't have any change and I only had 2,000, so she's letting me go in the hope that when I come back she'll have some change. Anyway, nice of her. National Museum Nis. Alright, there are 4 doors in the tower. This one. Wow. Real jaw. Wow. The skull of Stephen Sindelich, according to law. I guess all of these were once filled with human skulls. So it says here, in the Battle of Tega on 31st of May 1809, the rebel army suffered a heavy defeat. Stevan Sidelic, voivoda of Resava, chose to shoot at a powder magazine, thus choosing an honourable death instead of slavery. The Turks built the skull tower, embedding into it the heads of dead Serbs. It was meant to intimidate Serbian people, but became a symbol of love, of freedom, and an eternal memorial honouring the immortal heroes of Tega. So these skulls include men, women and children, and some of them even today we can see the actual cause of death. We can see entry and exit holes from bullets, we can see damage caused by axes. So yeah, it all gets pretty real when you're here in person. So that was the Skull Tower, and I just received a personal tour from the lady in the ticket office, very kind of her. And she let me in for free because they didn't have any change. She said, this is our gift to you, on the condition that I only give accurate information in my video. So I'll do my best. I was taking notes. And she also told me how to get back into town by taking a bus. Apparently all the buses are free. You just get on. That saves me a long walk. So you have that in Belgrade as well. Free buses, amazing. Other side of the road, I guess. Just like that, about 5 or 10 minutes later, we're back here in the main square. So much easier getting free buses than walking everywhere. And the sun's starting to come out as well, look at that. Right, when you're in Nis, apparently you've got to try one of these toasties from Tost. So I've just ordered myself a Big Tost. Let me show you what it looks like. Here we are. 340 dinar. So they said it'll be ready in 10 minutes. So once it comes, I'll let you know what it looks like and what it tastes like. Right, let's see what this Big Tost is like. Here we go, the grand reveal. So there we go. Let's take a bite. You can taste ham, I can taste tomatoes. It tastes a bit like a margarita pizza, but in pita bread. Good stuff. Yeah, that was pretty delicious. So I've had one. Might keep this one for later. Take it back to my hotel room because I think now I'm gonna go for a glass of wine in the bar next to my hotel. Yeah, I'm keeping this for later. Alright, I said I was going to take it back to a room, but then as soon as I started putting it away, couldn't resist it, just scoffed a lot. There we go, all gone. That'll see me through till tomorrow now. Loads of restaurants and bars here, look. So back down Tinker's Alley, which is where I'm staying. Excellent 3-story coffee shop there called Cafeteria, imaginatively. Bar with a footy on there. We're just going a bit further down here to a bar called Pleasure, which I have the pleasure of listening to until midnight from my room. Here we are, Pleasure Bar. So if we go up here, so-called reception to my so-called hotel is through here, and you turn left, double back, and you're into Pleasure Bar. Vino has arrived. It's about £3.82's worth.